Hey guys, I'm here with Brandon. Brandon, getting this shot. Howdy. And we're here at the Pacific Convention Center, right here. And we're about to go see Gaijin Goombah, and I'm gonna see how it is and stuff. Oh, look, cosplayer. Thank you. Oh, you got the other one? You got it, buddy? So cool. So cool. Oh, wow. Look at all the games here.
When people suggest, one of my biggest pet peeves, and if you have done this, I don't take it personally, so don't think I'm actually mad. But one of my biggest pet peeves is when people suggest I make videos, but don't give me a topic. It's like when people are like, talk about FNAF. What do I talk about? Or like when people like talk about Minecraft. What do I talk about? I did a video on Minecraft. It didn't do that great. The only thing, like, seriously, the video I did about Minecraft and Judaism, that was like the only thing I could think of. The only thing I could think of. Because what else is left? Maybe the way enchanting works and how that may have related to old alchemy. But it's like, the most popular games are so open and free roaming that I can't really talk about anything because there's no story. Like, maybe I could talk about the end, maybe I could talk about End Dragons. There's just so very little. That's what makes it tricky. Yes, lady. Twice. Have I ever done the genocide editing? Bet not. Why do people do it? Because like here, no, this is the thing I never got about Undertale. Because it's like people are like, okay, I have to play the whole game. I gotta do the neutral, I gotta do the passives, and I have to do the genocide. And it's like, and then they finish it and they're like, oh, I feel bad. I'm like, why did you do it? You knew it was coming.
This is bad as Shadow the Hedgehog.
But it's like, okay, then just look, like if you want the challenge of sands, I'm sure someone's ripped the file of the fight, just play that.
Yeah.
It's like, here's the thing. I'm a sentimental person. I'm a super sentimental person. So when I get attached to all these characters, and it's like, oh, you did all this great stuff. The ending with Flowey, when they're like, do everyone a favor and don't restart because everyone's happy. I'm like, done. It was what, like a $6 game at the time it came out, and it's like, I already know what happens with the genocide run. I don't want to do that. Maybe I'm just too sentimental for my own good. Maybe I believe in happy endings. I made a video talking about how hard I believe in fairy tale endings. And a lot of people watched it. So no, it's like, Undertale is brilliant in that it gives you more to do, but encourages you not to do it. Like, I think to me, as a game mechanic, that's a terrible idea because you're actively telling your player base not to play your game. But as a story, like as a story element, I thought it was brilliant. Like that whole game is so good at making a story work because there's not that much game to it. Not really.
It's more story than game.
Exactly. That's true, but I wouldn't say that was really so much a gameplay mechanic as a story mechanic. It's still good, but it's like the gameplay element of it is either a very, very simple timing minigame or figuring out what sequence of things to pick from a menu screen. I mean, that was kind of it. But that's all I needed. That's true. Like, I kind of wanted more of that, but Okay, who's got more? What time is it? Okay, so we're about halfway through. What's up?
Are there any cultures that we should cover but that are not game?
South America in its entirety. I can't find anything. Like, I would love to talk about South America, even though, like, I recently did a video talking about Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, and every single person in South America who watched my content was like, "You mispronounced Quetzalcoatl," and I'm like, I know, because I don't speak Spanish. This is the one thing that drives me crazy about my job, is because I want to talk about every culture that I can. No one in this world can pronounce everything correctly in every language. Like, one of my most hated languages is Ancient Nordic, because it's so hard to say. But no, I'm sorry, I'm digressing really hard, and that's Ronnie's job. But no, like I don't know what you like that. But yeah, South America definitely. I really want to talk more about Africa, and I know that Oron Legacy of the Koryodan is out there. I still need to do stuff about it, but it's a long RPG. They did send me save states. Like Hero Games actually sent save states like where I could just skip through stuff, but it's like it's just so much time to take because it's an RPG. Who has not asked anything yet? Yes.
Have you ever thought about starting video games?
Not really, because it's just not my brand. Like, would I do it on for a stream or like on a personal level? I would. But like if that was, I could never make it main content on my channel. Just because people go to my channel expecting culture games, like that's what it is. So if I don't put something up that's I get really bad backlash.
I was gonna say, have you ever thought about doing videos on MechWarrior or stuff like that?
I did.
Yeah, I know you did, but I mean, like, you know, there are different designs in MechWarrior and they reflect different cultures, different lands.
Some of them do.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, if you want to talk about the House Wars,
Or the start.
I don't know what I would like, as far as the clans go, I don't know what I would talk about, but I could talk about the different houses.
Yeah.
So for those of you that don't know, basically, like, in 1,500 years, every single nation on Earth took a big chunk of our entire galaxy. So it's like, the Chinese, mixed with a couple of Americans and Germanic people, took one, like, quarter of the entire galaxy. The Germans took one. The Americans and Europeans took one. The Japanese took one.
The Scottish.
I was about to say, who am I missing? But no, it's like, I could talk about it. It's just, a new game needs to come out first. Like, I know Piranha Games is working on a new single-player MechWarrior game, which I'm super stoked about. I could probably do something then. Okay.
Or you could do it on the MechWarrior Online pages.
Maybe. What's up?
What's your best Persona 5 waifu?
Oh, waifu?
Yeah.
I actually don't play. I have never played a Persona game. I mean, here's the thing. Persona is not like the Persona games are not bad. But I hate high school. I hate Japanese high school. I worked it. There's nothing glorious about it. It's high school. Raise your hand if you thought high school was fun. You are all.
Had this moment. College.
If you're a nerd in high school and you had a good time in high school, I envy you.
Well,
I went to two of them. One of them was local, and then one of them was a tiny Lutheran school, which I actually really liked. No, but it's like people fantasize about Japanese high school so much. I'm like, go teach in Japanese high school. Come back and tell me how much of a good time you had. 'Cause you're not gonna have one. You know why? You can't throw out problem students. Constitutionally, they are protected. Because if you throw a kid out of a classroom, you're denying them an education. But the loophole in all that is that one ornery kid that will not shut up in class is denying education for the entire classroom. And Japan being Japan, they don't address that. So fun for the whole family.
I was gonna say, how do you discipline them then?
You don't. You know what? I had kids that fell asleep in my class all the time. You know what the teacher did? Wake up. You know what I did? Wake up! And I got in trouble for it. I had this. Okay, you know how in your stereotypical anime, when you're in the classroom, the teachers have that raised wooden platform. It's completely hollow. So I had this pull. There was a projector. You had to have a stick to pull it down. I carried that thing. I carried it around like it was my personal bow staff. And every single time my kids fall asleep, it goes. I woke them up. Like I would get like if it was there were a couple of my third-year girls. Oh, I hate these girls. They would fall asleep. I would put that stick right up to their head. And they would get mad. They got so mad one time, they actually skipped class, went to the third year's teacher room, and tried to get me in trouble. And the teacher that I team taught with, I didn't have to say a word. She went off. I loved it. Japanese people never go off. And she went off.
The power of Goomba scepter.
I was like, I was literally like this. Yeah, they skipped class. Yeah, I did use the stick, but I didn't hit him or anything like that. They were asleep. And she's just over like, I'm like, God, calm down. Anyway, no, it's so funny because it was a garbage school. Like this was like a low-rung school that I taught at, and every teacher was like, "We know you're going through garbage, so we're no big deal. Just don't do this again." I'm like, yeah, okay. So anyway, who's got more stuff? Because we're kind of running out of time. Who has not asked a question yet? Yes.
If I was planning to visit there, what is Gaijin Goombah's must see?
It's okay. Do you want to go for modern Japan or ancient Japan? Go to Tokyo. Tokyo is going to have all the newest stuff there. The problem, though, is that since it is the place for Gaijin to go, it's not. I always tell people go to Osaka. Osaka and Kyoto have like the really old school stuff that I personally like, but foreigners frequent it so little that people are more open to you. They might be a little more racist, and I use big quotations on that because they're not trying to be insulting. They just don't know any better. If you want to party and have a good time and like get drunk with people that will sing with you and have a good time, go to Osaka. Do not go to Tokyo. And heavens to Betsy, don't freaking go to Roppongi. Like, Roppongi isn't as bad as I make it out to be, but I've never heard a single foreigner having a good experience there. Because that's where all the foreigners go. And if that's where all the foreigners go, that's why everyone is going to hate you. Because they have this misconceived notion that you don't know anything. And you're just going to cause problems. So you're going to be denied from restaurants. You're going to be denied shops. It's just going to be a bad time. So if it were up to me, I would say go to Osaka. If you want to go to like the primo anime place, I would say go to Denden Town or Nipponbashi because Akihabara is completely overrated. Akihabara is so overrated. There's no street culture. You don't see anything cool there. It's like literally just shops. I need more water. Let me get one of these halls. This whole account of voice. Okay, we still got yes.
Okay, could you explain your research process? Like, do you happen to just play a game or a character and just notice, hey, that reminds me of a certain culture?
A lot of times, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, especially when it comes to Japan, if there's something that's like, oh, I know what that is, I'll make stuff out of it. Some of my better videos, though, have been suggested by other people. And so, sometimes I can have outside sources. Sometimes I'll have other YouTubers that are like, oh, this is a good idea. And then sometimes I just have hunches about things. But the process goes, it's like people send me messages all the time. They're like, "What do you use for research for shows?" I use the internet almost exclusively. And people are like, "Well, aren't there uncredible sources?" I'm like, "This is what I do. I find a thesis statement, and I take that thesis statement and I go to multiple sites. If all of these sites confirm what my theory is, I'll make a video about it. If I can only find one or two, I'll drop it because that usually means that it's not it's like made up information."
Right.
So that's by and large how I do it.
Thank you.
What's up, Pichu?
Are you into any Japanese heavy metal?
Ex Japan, the best.
Loudness?
Huh?
Loudness?
In terms of
The band Loudness?
oh, I've never heard of them.
Living in the Queens.
All right. What's up?
I just conveyed saw a live stream
Hey, hon.
where she got
He saw the stream of Ninja Gaiden. That poor girl was in tears by the end of it, and I'm like, what's wrong? And she's like, I wanted to beat it so bad. I'm like, we're just having fun.
Yeah, but I also had like 8 ounces of rum at that point.
I know, but it was just for fun.
It almost ate into my
We save stated it, we'll go back, we'll complete it.
Are you gonna let us dream it again?
Possibly. What's up, big guy?
Well, what is your favorite game?
Like of all time?
Yeah, like oh yeah.
That's too hard. It's too many games.
Top three.
Do what?
Say top three.
Mega Man 5 I love. Oh, E.T. I really like Neo. Like, Neo is the only time I've ever enjoyed a Souls-like ever. Because I hate Dark Souls. I think Dark Souls... I understand that Dark Souls is unfair. When you have one-hit kills that come out of nowhere, that's too much for me. Neo has plenty of two-hit kills, but never one-hit kills. Unless you're stupid enough to run off a cliff. For everyone else, not you. But for everyone else, there's a lot. What? Oh my god. I didn't see it. This is Matt Damon. I understand. Tom Cruise? The worst actor out of the entire movie. No, Last Samurai is like my favorite movie of all time. I hate Tom Cruise. The only reason I thought he was bearable is because he played a crazy person. Ken Watanabe made that movie. People are like, hey, so guys, who's that one male actor you know? And I'm like, Ken Watanabe. So yeah, like I didn't bother seeing. I understand that the Chinese were like, oh, we should get Matt Damon. I'm like, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm sorry. Yeah. I can't tell. Like Chinese culture can get really touchy for me to mess with, because if I get anything wrong, they get really, really mad. You know who doesn't get mad? The Middle East. Like when it comes to all the different cultures that I've ever covered, like I'll go to, if there's something I don't know, I'll go to Twitter and I'm like, I don't know what this is, I don't know what this means, can someone help me out? People in the Middle East, particularly in the United Arab Emirates area, always been there, immediately. So, anyway, I try to mention that every once in a while because the news media likes to run them through the mud, like all of them. And it's like, no, sorry. Yes? I'm looking at you, dear. Talk to her on that one. Well, that's a surprise.
It didn't have smut involved.
Secret of Mana?
That's for acting attention.
I was asked would I ever play Secret of Mana, and I'm looking at you. I feel like a stream.
Didn't she have Legend of Mana? PlayStation game?
Oh, that's right. There's Secret and Legend. I think we have Secret. Sorry. Okay. I'll look into it. What's up?
Games. This one personified being so afraid of spoilers leaking out that they just clamp down on Let's Plays. They clamp. It's actually so bad.
Let's
that,
talk about copyright strikes. You never see it coming.
Yeah, but they're so bad. They've actually gotten so bad that on your PlayStation 4, when you get an achievement, it won't even take a screenshot.
It's dumb. Stupid. I want to choke ass. And I love Nintendo, but Nintendo sometimes. Just sometimes
I still
Nintendo.
think the most ridiculous one is Puyo Final Tetris with Sega.
That is only for Japan.
Really?
Yes, I found that out. Now, granted, I tweeted about how stupid I thought it was that they did the same thing, but apparently that only applies to Japan. I don't know why, but apparently it only does. Okay, who hasn't asked a question yet that wants to? Okay, now we're open for free game. So, yes. Oh, like the fact that it's actually going back to horror? I'm worried because they actually said that I think Capcom said that the next one is going to be different than the one we just got, And I'm like, don't do that. You just got it right. Don't change it.
Don't make it another 6. Oh my god.
Make it another
Chris
4.
Redfield's giant freaking neck. But see, that's the thing. 4 worked. And 4 worked because it was dumb. If they can make it dumb and self-aware, I'd say go for it. Or either that or just make it horrifying. But don't make it COD. Okay, what's this stuff? Yes, sir. A couple come to mind. Like, I legitimately was sad when Eris died in 7. Like, I was legit, because everyone was so angry all the time. She was the only one who was like, let's go have a good time, guys. And then, when I booted up Disc 2 and went to my first fight, I cried even harder. You wanna know why? I learned my healer died. The one character that was built for healing is dead. And nothing's gonna bring her back.
This made the whole game harder.
Yeah, if your game doesn't lock up, and your save file gets corrupted. Yes? Probably Roadhog. I hate the fact that,
Overwatch question. That's the Overwatch question.
1.0 was nothing wrong. There was nothing wrong with 1.0.
Ask Overwatch question.
The Roadhog hook was a scan hit weapon. If you were in the reticule when that ability activated, you should have gotten caught. Because there's such a delay between this, and the chain actually going out that it's impossible to hook anyone unless you're in this big open area and you're really good at tracking. Otherwise, the hook is just so worthless at this point. How to get it off chest. Now, favorite character, Genji. Genji's a terrible ninja. Genji's a terrible attack hero. But I love his concept. I love his story. I love his character. And I love his potential. But when they took his burst damage out, he became worthless. Yes, milady. Yes. One of the later ones, though. I never played the first one, though, because the first one was way too real. See, here's the thing. When I was your age, I lived it. Like the old Chuck, like, no. Anyone here who is 25 and older can agree with me. The old Chuck E. Cheese animatronics were terrifying. Because they were huge. Because it's like they're like, okay, so these are their eyeballs, right? So it's like, and then that big flappy mouth is like. I'm glad this is getting recorded, by the way.
Get ready for gifts.
For sure.
Oh, dude, the scariest animatronic of them all is Gen 1 Chica. First generation Chica was terrifying because birds shouldn't have teeth. Ever. Do you guys know that Cookie Monster had teeth?
Yes.
What?
Yes! Cookie Monster in his inception, like Cookie Monster 1.0 back in like the 30s,
1.0.
had teeth. He had sharp teeth too.
He is a cookie monster.
Oh, God. Dude. What's up? I used to. I can't play anymore because it drains my battery too quickly and it's just too much space. Guts. Yes.
Favorite Pokemon?
Favorite Pokemon? Most of the time, the Bulbasaur family is my default answer, but I really like Greninja because I'm a giant weeaboo like that.
Favorite Robot Master?
Favorite Robot Master? Probably Napalm Man. Grab Man's really close second though. Mega Man 5 is so underrated. It makes me so mad.
Isn't that the robot man that got banned in Vietnam?
That entire game got banned in Vietnam.
Yeah, the
because
whole
it
game
was
got
Vietnam.
Yeah, the whole game got banned.
That video's great.
Have you ever thought about streaming MechWarrior?
Yeah, because I've done it before.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm so out of practice though. I get an Atlas and I just gun down immediately. You'll probably have to talk to Constaff about that. Because I'm sure they're gonna upload all of them, but I'm gonna try to upload mine on like a non-public upload, so all the subscribers who don't care about my panels don't get bugged. Yes, sir. really big open world games and platformers. Those are my two big go-tos at this point. Because they're so simple that I can just shut my brain off and do whatever I want. But like anything that's really story-driven, that makes me think too much about stuff, it's like, I've just got done thinking a whole lot, so I'm gonna be, like, Skyrim is such a good, like, detox for me. Breath of the Wild is a great detox for me.
I was gonna say, have you ever thought about doing more videos on Skyrim? Or the Elder Scrolls series in general?
Later on, I think I will. Yes, sir. Yeah. On Shantae? Shantae didn't take that long. Right. Shantae was surprisingly not hard because of her simplicity. Like, the whole belly dance thing was really simple because it was just like, look for belly dance. And then from there, it branched off into the multiple different types of belly dancing. And then when it came to the newest Shantae Half Genie Hero that came out, I got lucky on that because I was looking around the Mediterranean because it looked like it was a game that took place in the Mediterranean. I saw the northwestern part of Turkey, and I'm like, this looks really familiar. And so I just did a simple comparison between that map of Turkey and the game map, and I'm like, I have it. It's done. And everything fell into place after that. It's like all the different places that had levels, it was like there were things in Turkey that revolved around it. So I got really lucky with that. Yes. I've actually never played it, but I have a video idea.
Yeah.
It's gonna be it's a little not safe for work because of the topic. Although I'm trying to talk about it in an academic sense, but it's basically, let me put it this way: how do we handle mature scenes in RPGs between the East and the West? Because the East gets hammered on a lot for being unnecessary. I think it's completely necessary because of games like The Witcher. But I'll get more into that as it develops. Yes, sir. That's horrible. That's terrifying. Who would make that? Sure. But that's like that's hitting childhood territory, man. That's awful. What's up?
Out of the Mega Man X series, which one is your favorite?
One more time because they're being loud.
Out of the Mega Man X series, which one is your favorite?
Probably the first one.
First one?
Honestly, because it said it did everything it needed to do. Where like from 2 on, it just kept building on the story more and more, and I'm like, I don't care. And then the cutscenes came, and I'm like, I really don't care.
But what are you fighting for?
Do you have your hand up, or are you just trying? Yeah. What's up?
What's your least favorite game that you've ever played?
I've
never played.
Because you just sit there waiting to die. Out of, and the ones that I love the most are the ones no one watches. Because they are personal pet projects that I put all my heart and soul into. Yes, Edgar.
Took it in. Huh? Took it in the video. I haven't watched it.
No! So bad! Okay. Yes. Fallout 4 wasn't scary enough. Fallout 4 needed a lot more atmosphere. It also needed a lot more options.
Agree with that? You liked it?
3. New Vegas is really good, don't get me wrong. New Vegas is really good, but New Vegas felt a little too open-ended. And the endings were terrible.
I'll give you that.
Dude, and the orange. I couldn't get past the orange. Like, Fallout 3 was all green. Fallout New Vegas was all orange. Yes, my dear. First one. Honestly, it's the first one. No. Tell you what, go back in time. No, I'm serious. Go back to 1995 and then go to Chuck E. Cheese's and then tell me that the first one isn't the most terrifying. Well, see, here's the thing. Modern Chucky is not terrifying at all. Because he's not animatronic. Are there even animatronics anymore? No. Are they all like 3D animated like cartoons and stuff now?
Yeah, the animatronics back in Chuck E. Cheese's.
Yeah, they aren't as big. That's what makes them not terrifying. No,
It's
but like
still
I
there?
said,
They have, like,
first
Like
generation
the Chucky one.
most terrifying animatronic I've ever seen. And here's why: the nightmare versions,
Yeah, they
which
still
everyone
do.
says are really terrifying, I can't.
He used to have
Exactly.
the
There's
bird
too
too.
much teeth.
At one time.
There's too much extra appendages. Granted, I think it's because of how old I am, and I've seen so much stuff. I've seen so much like that. That the simplicity of the first games is what really makes it scary. Everything okay? Okay. I just like. I don't know if we're out of time. I'm gonna keep going until someone throws me out. So.
This is 0-1.
What's up?
Excuse me. In the phone.
Minus the lolicon and minus the creepy Lukoa scene, I thought it was pretty good. Like, they're doing a really good job at trying to get people to think about, oh, other people from other worlds, aka other cultures, it's not so bad once we start talking to each other. That I liked. I thought the character designs were good.
There's like videos about video game cultures, so some video games. I haven't watched them in a couple of years though. I don't really
Just
know.
walking off and.
That was a theory from Matt, but I don't know if that's been confirmed or not.
I'll explain it afterwards.
Yeah.
Does he go around the world and go to different cultures?
No, he makes video games and then alludes them to different cultures. It's called-
Oh, and I need to, because I know it's good.
Does he make games?
No, he doesn't make games. But you should probably ask him if you were maybe make a game about what culture would you make about.
Why would you do that?
Because there aren't a whole lot of non-Japanese actors in Japan.
Go
It's the
Christopher.
same reason there aren't a bunch of Japanese actors in our movies here. But see, that was made here. And every Japanese actor was a minor character, save Ken Watanabe, who, like, what makes Ken such a great actor is because he can move seamlessly between Japanese, like, filmmaking and Hollywood. He understands how those two function independently. But it's like, when people were all upset because Scarlett Johansson was casted as the main character, I'm like, you need pull power. You need to pull other people who aren't fans of the show into that movie somehow. I thought it was a good middle ground.
She also looks like.
I love the video on that one. I watched that one last night.
She's a cyborg. How much time do we have? Are we done?
And the thing is about it is that the whole thing
We got a half hour to kill.
body is
That's funny.
basically just the most, it's probably the most generic shows you could get.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is she actually looks cut, her being white and everything looks closer to the doctor that made her. So.
That was the hilarious thing. It's like people were calling out whitewashing for Ghost in the Shell. I'm like, do you understand that the entire point of the show, or the movie and the show, is that no one is any particular race, that we're all just robots with souls?
Goes to the show.
No, that's the funniest thing. Like, can I get a little bit political?
Go ahead.
I hate white guilt. I hate white guilt so much. I know, because it's like I've talked to people in Japan, and they're like, we don't care. Make the movie good. That's all we care about. I'm like, thank you.
Preach the choir on that
I
one.
still remember there was a museum that had legit old 18th century kimonos that people could go in and try on. A bunch of freaking not Japanese came in and were like, this is wrong, and I'm like, oh. I'm sorry. That's as political as I'll get. Moving on. Yes.
What are your thoughts on modern anime production houses like believe, help me out here. Toei does Dragon Ball Z.
Yes.
Okay, what are your thoughts?
Toei can just burn.
Exactly. They're rushing anime into horrible production and then redrawing on Blu-ray. What are your thoughts on that? Like with the industry as a whole?
Super.
No, here's the thing. Anime has, with a handful of exceptions, anime has always been a lazy art. Always. You look at stuff like...
That's fair, that's
you
fair.
look at stuff like Robotech. You look at Speed Racer. How many reused frames are there? How many... Like, seriously, name me an anime that doesn't have multiple scenes of one person as a still image and the only thing moving is their mouth.
Yeah, I mean, Goku's hair, Goku's Super Saiyan saves time drawing manga.
Yep.
That's what happened.
But no, like...
I see your point.
Oh, Toei. I hate Toei so much.
Well, to be fair, they're better than A1 production. I'll tell you that.
So, did A1 Productions go to a very, very popular website that kept their series alive for 8 years and then shut them down 3 times?
But they made SAO.
That's not a saving grace. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a saving grace, but people can make SAO content.
X and Y.
Like Sun
mechanics.
and Moon probably fits in that category, but I don't know. I just thought X and Y did it a little bit better.
It's one like you actually get incentive for walking around. I used my parents' treadmill, got on there for an hour, then reaped the benefits. And they just tore that out when on your smartphone out.
What's up?
I was gonna say, what would be?
Don't give up, Chris.
Would you ever do
Don't give
a
up.
video on, like Battlefield 1, with the whole weapons and stuff, and how it's compared to, the stuff at the time?
If I would have done it, I probably should have done it like 3 years ago. At this point, I don't know, because like military shooters are starting to get a little backlash.
It's got a trend.
So I'm a little worried. About that. Yes. Probably never. I don't, because Tolkien is so much better. I don't have another panel, buddy. Oh God, you're just gonna stop me, aren't you? How dare you? I should probably get out of here in about 5 minutes, so let's go lightning round then. Say go for Jedi. Because samurai are not honorable. They're some of the most dishonorable people. I'm making a Samurai Jack video.
Oh,
Jack is not a samurai.
nice.
He's not.
What is it?
He's a Ronin.
Yeah.
By every form of definition, he is Ronin. But being Ronin makes him better. Because if he was a samurai, he'd be boring. He'd be absolutely boring. And if you think he's struggling with morality issues now, if he was a samurai, oh dude, the whole show would be nothing but him struggling with, should I actually do what my lord tells me to do?
Ricky Morty's
Whatever. I don't
It
like.
doesn't look like you're racing.
It's Rick and Morty is written very, very well. It's written really well. It's animated really well. I just don't care about Rick in the slightest. No, because he's like that high school jock that's really popular because he's like really crafty and really smart about stuff. But inside he just hates himself so much that he just can't deal with it, and he brings everyone down with him. And I'm like, exactly. And it's like, I get it, but honest to God, I'd rather be watching Gumball. I'm serious. Gumball does, for even though it's advertised for a much younger audience, Gumball is so smart in what it does. Remember, do you guys remember the Chinese piracy episode? Where there's the China bootleg of Gumball, and they actually dragged the characters in and like made fun of them and stuff. I'm like, I want more of this.
That's just Chinese bootlegging in general.
It's Chinese bootlegging. I mean, I don't know what to say about it except it's terrible. Stop. Yeah, they're not going to. It's good. I just started it because
No, I
just
stand
came out
up,
playing
maybe.
catch up, so I don't know characters' names. Who's the dude who's the most obvious villain ever, who just explodes things? He's a Mega Man villain. Yeah. Is he not? Is he not like Napalm Man on crack? I think there actually is a Grenade Man in a fan-made game.
Grenade Man is made out of 8.
Do what?
Grenade Man.
oh, he's Grenade Man.
Hey.
Is he not? I'm just like, they also made it's like he has no redeeming qualities and he never will because every time you see him, he's just crazy. Got Gravity Man too, or Gravity Woman if you want to be technical. What's up?
If you were to make a game, what culture would you make it on?
Oh, it'd have to be Japanese. It's a disgusting weeaboo that way. Here's the thing I love about Japanese culture is that it's really varied. When it comes to the old school stuff, everyone's like, oh, old school Japan is just samurai and whatnot. I'm like, not really. If you look at some of their old bestiaries, like March of the 100 Yokai and stuff like that, yokai fascinate me because yokai are everything. If anyone in this room loves monsters because they're varied and monsters can have so many different designs, I don't know why you wouldn't love yokai. Because yokai are literally just everything. Anything that does not conduct electricity and is over 100 years old theoretically becomes evil and sentient. That alone, you can do so many creative things with stuff. Like the chair that you're sitting in can essentially grow razor sharp teeth and bite your butt. Like that could be its one thing that it does. But that's what makes it cool. Plus all for Gerard soon, so I gotta go and wrap it up. Thank you for coming, guys.
Hey. Thanks for coming to Houston.
That's no one's game. All right, I get that. Batman Returns for Super Nintendo. I'm down with that. You, sir, is a Pokemon shirt. Is it Pokemon? No. You. It's Link. Link. What's up? My favorite Mother series game? Mother 3.
Sorry. You're good.
Earthbound was fun. I love the hype behind it. I love the culture behind it. It wasn't as emotional of a story as Mother 3. Mother 3 was like a tragedy, a beautiful tragedy that just got cooler as it went on. And it just set the stakes from the beginning. And I think Itoi just learned how to make a story personal. And I think that's why Mother 3 turned out so much nicer than Earthbound. And plus, like, he had years, so much time passed between Mother 3 and Earthbound that he just knew, okay, I'm going to, like, make this better. And it came out great in the Game Boy Advance. What's your favorite Zelda game? Oh man, thank you. I love that game. You, sir, in the red shirt.
If it hasn't already happened already, when are you going to set up a charity stream for I Want to Be a Guy?
A charity stream for I Want to Be the Guy? I would rather just donate money to charity than stream a charity stream for I Want to Be the Guy. Oh, I'll get a speedrunner to do it. I don't want to play that game. I'm done with I Want to Be the Guy. What's your favorite hard game?
You're going to have to come back, man.
No problem. No problem. You sir in the blue shirt right here. Yeah.
What is the most excruciating game you've ever had to complete?
Define excruciating.
The most pain in the ass game you've ever played.
Define pain in the ass game I've ever played. Physical pain, emotional pain, one that will possibly challenge my relationship with my loved ones around me. Oh man. A game that I loved playing that was fun was probably Metal Gear Solid 1, but that game is very hard to get on big boss. I'm just a big bad boss in setting. Big boss mode. Catherine's another one. I loved that game to pieces, but playing it and completing it was really hard. Sneak game. One of the worst games I've ever played.
What about Sonic 06?
Sonic 06 is not a game, it's a tech demo. It's a fact, look it up. Warriors is fun, I like that game.